And I want you oh so badly. Yes, I do, girl. You know that I do. And My name is Margarita Sattini. I'm reporting with Poly One Media. I'm here at Aloha Grinds, all the way in Bountiful, and I'm here live with. So Ekolu will be performing tomorrow night at Liquid Joe's in Salt Lake City on 3300 South and 1300 East. But I'm very happy I'm actually honored to be here with them right now and be able to interview them. This is probably their second time in Salt Lake City. I wanted to know, when did Ekolu first get together?
Ekolu first started off in actually in high school. Just was me, him, and the other guy, and then things led. It actually started in my uncle's slacky music class, and then one thing led to the next, and went to Brown Bags in '95, and then our first Ekolu album came out in '99.
Now, is your uncle, would it be Kevin?
That's my uncle. Yeah, that's my uncle.
A little homework, just so you know.
Yeah, that's my uncle.
And then I know that when you guys did the Brown Bags, it was Brown Bags to Stardom.
Yes.
And you guys took.
It's like, don't do that.
Took first.
The ballerina dancers.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But was that your first competition that you guys were ever involved in?
Yeah, that was actually the very first competition.
So my question was, I wanted to find out what was it that prompted. I know you guys took the class. You were influenced by your Uncle Kevin, but seriously, what brought you guys together? And you guys decided, you know what? Why don't we get a group together and start singing?
Well, it happened in 1995. One of our oldest member, which is not with us today, Akoni D. Lomas. Well, me and Akoni, we had bad grades, but he wanted us, Kelo, to come with us and sing for the Brown Bags. That's how we started in 1995.
I think everything just leads, like we're in class together and the vibe is good, and just one thing leads to the next, It's like we start hanging out, and we start going over each other's houses and start having barbecues and jam sessions like this, and then it leads to like making CDs, and one thing leads to the next.
I know that you're huge in Hawaii, and your name, it's basically a household name in the Pacific Islander community. What was your first hit?
The first hit actually was Stuck on You, actually. That was the first. Yeah, that was the first major one, and then the second one would be Down in the Valley, and just kind of branched off into Shores of Oahu and I Love You Girl and so on. And we're coming out with a new album, in fact, at the end of this year, December. It's going to be called Perseverance. You guys can check that out.
Actually, let me ask you this quick question. Where can they pick up your album?
You guys can pick up the albums right now on iTunes. You guys can message us too, like on Facebook and Instagram us, and ask us any questions you guys got. But pretty much everything is on iTunes right now.
So I know that you guys have had quite a few #1 hits. How many #1 hits have you guys had in Hawaii?
I don't know the exact number, but I know it's over 20. It's like 20. I think 24 was the last. 24.
Oh, you guys are coming just right at the cusp of fall and going into winter. Is this your first time that you've appeared in Utah, where it's kind of cold outside? How are you guys dealing with it?
I still sweat in the cold. Every place we've gone to and it's been cold, everybody else is super cold, but I'm always sweating, so nothing new. Yeah, it's just bodysuit I'm wearing.
It's an experiment.
Oh, but going back to the hits part, because I'm like the newest member of Ekolu. I grew up listening to Ekolu. It's kind of weird talking about it with them because I've always looked up to Ekolu as being the people who started us off, like island music. The love for island music for myself has come from this group because I grew up loving the songs. And to me, everything is a hit from Ekolu. We go on stage and you look out in the crowd, everybody's singing the songs. They know it. So hit-wise, this is bangers. So
I'm really excited that we're doing the interview because there's a lot of people here, especially a lot of our Pacific Islanders, who know your music. They know your voices. They're very familiar with all your hits, but they're not really familiar with who's the group that's behind all this beautiful music. So it's pretty nice to be able to put a face to the music. Who in the group writes a majority of the music? I know a lot of you guys sing like a lot of the covers like Stuck on You, but who, like your original stuff, who does all the writing? The lyrics? They're taking credit back there. write the lyrics, but who writes who do you do all the music as well?
I write the music and the lyrics.
Oh, okay. So what would you consider who are some of the artists out there, non-Polynesian, who are your biggest influence?
You can start off. Who's one of yours? Who's not Polynesian?
One of my biggest influences, of course, is Bob Marley. He's paved the way for reggae music for us, yeah. Out of reggae music, Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder.
He's my favorite, yeah. Yeah.
You?
Yes. Would be Oswald, Alpha Blonde, all the old school reggae.
Non-Polynesian, yeah. I think I have to go back to his one, like Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin. But yeah, that's some of them.
I like the variety because you're all about the old school R&B, and then they're talking about like the old school reggae legends, and then of course together, I'm sure you guys use a lot of that to influence the music that you guys produce, write, and put out to the people. Okay, now the question I want to ask you is as far as Pacific Island artists, who is somebody that you would like to collaborate with, already have collaborated with, and who influences, somebody you look up to?
For me, it would be Brother Is. He pretty much was the foundation in the Hawaiian industry for set the pavement for us, local people, back home in Hawaii.
Well, I'm like a big fan of Damian Williams. He's one of my favorite singers. But yeah, Damian.
I think for me it would be like Hawaii Kane, bands like Hawaii Kane, Kapena. Yeah, I think those guys started off everything for us. So yeah.
So you guys have been together for quite some time now. You guys have produced a lot of hits, songs out in Hawaii, and you've become a household name in the Pacific Islander community. Where do you see yourselves, Ekolu, in about 5 years from now?
Just keep going, just keep playing music for all the fans out there in the world, and pretty much just spreading the positive music out to the world.
Yeah, so I think the main thing is just to spread our message of love to everybody in the world, our message of love for our land, for our family, for God, I think that's the main goal that we have. Just spread love.
We have a lot of young, up-and-coming Pacific Islander artists who want to break into the music scene. We've had some here that have presented their talents here just, to you. What is some of your advice to some of our youth that want to follow in your footsteps?
Pretty much the number one key is just being humble. That's going to make you success in life.
Brush your guys' hair when you guys wake up, yeah? Before you go on stage, brush your guys' hair. Make sure you don't want nothing in your guys' teeth. Kaliwa. Don't talk about it. Kaliwa, now you know my pala, Kaliwa. We're still on an interview.
Have you guys gotten used to the fans, like when you go perform and you see just a slew, like the huge crowd singing your song back to you? I mean, is that still has to, make you feel great about yourself? I mean,
Can I answer that one?
Sure.
Well, because I'm the newest guy, it's crazy watching people jump up and down and scream like Ekolu, and you see some people in the front and they're just hopping up and down, like old people too, it's crazy. But hearing them when we have that moments where we let them sing, it's so incredible. It makes you have chicken skin, yeah. Yeah.
That would be goosebumps here in Utah, but that's okay. We accept chicken skin as well. You know what? We have a lot of fans here. If it's okay with I want to see if anyone here has a question to ask. Maybe we'll take 3 questions from your fans.
My name is Soraya Nusila, and I like to sing, but something what gets you to stop having so much nerves when you perform and stuff?
I think just keep doing it, Just keep doing it over and over, and it's pretty much just comes natural.
Sing for your family. Sing in front of your family.
Yeah.
In front of your friends. Don't be shy.
I would have to say, okay, kids, close your ears. Your music is, I would have to say that it's kind of like baby making music, right? Because I'm just saying, you might be responsible for a lot of kids out there right now. So since not, were you guys born in 1995? Any of you guys? They're like me. I'm like, yeah. See, I told you. 96? Yes, all of you guys. So, anyways, we're really happy that you guys are here. Do you want to give out a shout out or anything to anyone here in Utah, or just in general?
Just like to say thank you guys for coming out. Come check us out tomorrow night at Liquid Joe's.
Shout out to Missy for putting us on. Yeah, bringing us out here to Utah. Yeah.
Same thing, and mahalo to all you guys for the food in the kitchen. A lot of grinds. Mahalo. For the good food. Much love, you guys.
And the guava cake. Bomb.
All it's going to do is improve the singing. That's all it's going to do. So we want to thank Ekolu. Thank you so much for joining, doing this interview with Poly One Media. And we want to thank Aloha Grinds and Misi Production. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you, guys.